Good day, Raider fans, and welcome to the Raider Nation podcast. And I am your host, Raider Greg. We have a great show this evening. Got a lot of stuff to cover, so Raider Nation, be ready, because you know what? The season is almost here. And can you feel it? I can feel it. I can smell the smoke at the Coliseum right now. I can see the banners. I can see all the cars on the freeway as we drive down the road in the morning before the game, coming out all kinds of exits. Raider flags, Raider trucks, Raider cars, all kinds of people. It's going to be crazy! I can hardly wait for the season opener. Welcome to the Raider Nation podcast. Sorry, got a little carried away right there, but I am pumped about this season because I am pumped about this year's Oakland Raiders, just as you should be. We're going to go to the calendar, and we're going to show the calendar says that we have a game this Friday, the 26th, against the Arizona Cardinals, and the Raiders better watch out because the Cardinals have been kicking some asolito in the preseason. So they better be ready for this game because it's going to be no walk in the park. Also, August 28th, 12 noon to 4 o'clock, the Raider Nation celebration at the McAfee Coliseum. Come and join the fun. The owner of the Oakland Raiders, of course, R. Al Davis, is putting on a celebration for the Raider fan, and he wants all you guys to show up. I think we should show our support to Al, be there, bring the kids. There's a kid zone there. There's all kinds of stuff to do. It's only a short 4 hours, so it should be a great day for everybody. The Raiderettes will be there. It'll be a great time to be had by all. Shouts out to Brian Mass, Mr. Cheer or Die, who is incidentally in the Hall of Fame for the Minnesota Vikings, who I did a podcast with for his podcast some time ago, but I just wanted to shout his name out and let you all know that he is the man, and you should check his site out. And he's a very nice guy, by the way, and they do miss Randy Moss very much, and we're so glad that they do because we have them. Shouts out to Bob Moorhead from Nagoya, Japan. Now, there's a misplaced Raider fan. He's all giving me shouts all the way from Japan about how he doesn't get his Raider fix, but you can get it here at the Raider Nation podcast. That's for sure. Shouts out to Aaron Alday, a staff writer for the Press Democrat. Looks like we might be in the newspaper. Boy, I'd never expected this kind of stuff, but oh well, it's kind of fun, huh? This Sunday, we should be in the August 28th Press Democrat, local Sonoma County paper, so look for us. Should be an article on podcasting, and we should be right on in there. And the huge shout out to my technical dude, Randy, the Raider Eagle. Randy is a great guy. He's very, very savvy in the technical areas, as you can see if you visit my site, which you should, www.theraidernationpodcast.com. Check out the photos, check out the site. It's a great site to see, and it's a great site to see. I also need, Raider fans, your support on Podcast Alley. You go to my site, you'll see the icon. Please click and pick for me so that I can get some votes, make some comments, send some photos, make some jokes, whatever you want. Please visit the site. Give me some news. Give me something. Give me your name. I'll send you a sticker for free. Okay. Excuse me. I'm still heavily medicated, as you can tell. Tonight's show is going to be Moss and Owens in the same bag. I hardly think these guys are the same. Anyways, some staff writer for Associated Press thinks so, and I'm going to give him a piece of my mind here in just a second. The geek. Tui, what's going on with him? What a change from last year to this year. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about the Texans game. Wrap up what I saw of the game, what I didn't see was happening right in the game, and we'll talk a little bit about the game. We'll talk about Sammy Williams' spot that's been left over because Sammy ain't coming back. Torn ACL? No, he's out for the season. We're also going to talk a little bit about Doug Gabriel, who has found his wings. Always had a lot of confidence in Doug. Matter of fact, you can find it on my previous podcasts that I mentioned this before when he was on the trade shopping block and was not very happy with the Raiders wanting to trade him because, face it, Raider fans, he is an integral part of the team, and especially of the receiving corps. I don't even call him the fourth guy. I call him one of the four, not the fourth, one of the four. Because, people will argue about it, but I'm not going to go there. I'll go there when I hit the story. Right now, I'm so pissed off at this guy Tim Dalberg. Remember that name. Dalberg, you're an iceberg. You're a shitberg. That's all I got to say about you. I'm so pissed off at the way you wrote this article about you compared Randy Moss to Terrell Owens as the two biggest crybabies in the NFL. Well, first of all, Timmy, Moss came to camp on time and has not missed a lick. Another thing, Timmy, Moss restructures his contract 3 times to help the Raiders bring in some good young defensive players to help the team. Another thing, Timmy, Moss is spontaneous when he does things like pull his pants down and fake to bare-ass the crowd. Plus, he has some class. You know what? Terrell Owens is a classless fool. He speaks like an idiot. He acts like he's always on drugs. And here you talk about Moss and his marijuana, and one guy smokes pot and the other guy acts like he's on pot. I don't know about you, Timmy, but I've read your article and I think it's a filthy rag. I don't know why the AP printed it. They must have had some slow press that day. But as far as your paper is concerned, I'm going to wipe my ass with it, because there is absolutely no way you can compare the two receivers. As far as receivers, not even close. Randy Moss chokes out Terrell Owens. Plus, as a man, Terrell Owens, you're 100 yards behind. Whew. That's all I got to say about that action, because I cannot believe that this guy would compare these two players and bring it on like that. Okay, Raider fans, let's move on to the next tidbit of information I know you're starving for. Tuiasosopo, what happened, brother? Last season you were awesome. You had an opportunity to run the Raiders' whole team, and you hurt your knee. You had moments of brilliance. Perhaps Tui feels like his window of opportunity is closing. When they went out and they got Kerry Collins, that might have been a slap in the face. What are you going to say? That's the kind of quarterback the Raiders need. That's the kind of offense that Turner runs. But Tuiasosopo has always been a class dude. But during this exhibition season, he has been very responsible for both losses, throwing INTs, 2 in each game. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't understand what's happening, but I do think it's the way of the play, the way the playbook is, even though he's had time to get used to it. He stands in the pocket more. He stands in the pocket longer. He's not as mobile as he used to be, even though he did run for some yards. I just don't see that quickness and sharpness that he has, especially in his passes as well. Tuiasosopo had a passer rating at the end on the last preseason of 111.6. Through 2 games of this year, Tui's is 16 of 25 for 199 yards, 2 interceptions, and no touchdowns. His passer rating is 55.3. And let me tell you, Andrew Walker is waiting in the rings. Even though he has an injured, I think he has an injured hamstring. That's true, he has an injured hammy. Even though he has an injured hammy, he is a good quarterback. And he showed a lot of promise with that touchdown he threw in the 49er game. He did throw 1 interception, but he moved the ball, Raider fans. And I know if you saw that game, you saw this guy play. I said, yes, I think we have a great player here, and Tui might be the third man out. I hate to say that, but there you go. And I'd like to see Tui straighten it up a little bit, but there's a couple other players doing the same thing. Nobody's all that in this team. Okay, let's go on to Sam Williams and what happened where the hole is and what I see happening with his hole. Grant Irons is a great player. He's a good linebacker for the run stop, and so is Tyler Brayton. Now, they're both big dudes too. 6'6", 280, 6'6", 285. Those two guys are bookends. Now, what we're missing here in the linebackers on the outside is speed to catch those tight ends that come across, or the running back coming across for the pass. You really have to watch that. And I'm really not sure if both these guys have the speed to do it. But they'd be very good on the pass rush. I hope that Rob Ryan sees this and doesn't keep them in for the entire series and moves them around a little bit because, quite frankly, I don't think they have the speed to catch those tight ends. Could be wrong. I'd like to be wrong. But even Norv Turner said that they're going to spread the field out on us because of the way the Raiders have played defense, and they're sure gonna. They're going to do that. Because, we have other linebackers in there, too. We got Jay Foreman and Danny Clark, who was very, very instrumental in the last games. Danny Clark, great play all the time. You're on your job, my brother. Jay Foreman, I hope he can step up to it. And we also have Morrison, who is a quick guy and who can work the outside linebacking because he's fast enough to get to the ball and good enough to make the tackle. So that's what I see as far as the Sam Williams thing. Sam Williams is going to be out. Tyler Brayton and Grant Irons will be in on the runs. Jay Foreman or Danny Clark will be in with Kirk Morrison for the pass plays. I hope that happens. If it doesn't happen, well, Raider fans, what can I say other than that's about all I can say. Okay, let's move on down to the next story. Okay. Doug Gabriel. Gabriel is the man. And I do remember, like I said, Raider fans, that I spoke about Doug Gabriel when they were talking about sending him away for some defensive players. They had him on a chopping block. I know you know that. If you didn't know it, they did. They were shopping around Doug Gabriel, and he didn't get picked up. Fools all of them. Because look at the type of receiver this is. Did you see the catch that guy made? That was a catch. Pulled the ball right out from Fagans, or Fagans, whatever you want to call his name. Boom. Excellent, excellent catching and control of the ball. This guy here is not the fourth receiver. He is one of the four receiving corps. I never want to see anybody refer him as the fourth receiver either. The only reason that, and people are saying the only reason he does so well is because you have Randy Moss on the other side. And you know what I got to say to that? Horse shit. Because last year when Randy Moss wasn't here, Doug Gabriel was making these same kind of catches in clutch situations all season long. So don't tell me just because Randy Moss is here, this guy decided to improve his game. It's ready for Doug Gabriel to have a breakout year. It's ready for him to really prove who he is. And I think this is the real deal. He will be our own Randy Moss right here in Oakland. It's funny, he says, Kerry Collins connected with his connected eyes with me just threw the ball. He says he felt like he was doing the 100 meters. This is for his 70-yard TD pass. This is what we're looking for out of these Raiders, people. This is what we're looking for out of the Oakland Raiders. And Doug Gabriel, man, you are the man, and you will continue to be the man. And I dare anybody to tell me any different. Get on my site. Come visit me, www.RaiderNationPodcast.com. Come and visit me and tell me why you don't think that I'm right about Dougie G. He's got wings, and that's for sure. Did you see his ball handling capability? Let me tell you, wait till we get Porter back. It's all about the game. Okay, game recap. Now, in the Texans game, we did also scrimmage against them, so that gave us some advantages, I guess. But it gave them just the same amount of advantages because they got to see how well our players played. I just have a couple of simple comments about this whole game. A, we should have won it without any problem. Not that we had to. I'm not concerned about the preseason. Yeah. Whatever you guys want to say, I, Raider Greg, am not concerned about the preseason. What I am concerned about is individual performance in the preseason. Because the second team needs some kind of pump up or something else. Because when you go from a totally ball controlling situation with the A team and the B team goes in and you lose the game, well, Raider fans, do I need to say more? No, I don't need to say more. Evidently, these guys think every one of them thinks that they're going to make the 53-man roster. Well, somebody's making a mistake. Somebody's telling themselves a lie, because not everybody is going to make it. Let me tell you what I think about this game. This game went exactly like I said. The first half, the first squad, Lamont Jordan, excellent. Danny Clark, excellent. Defensive line, excellent. Offensive line, excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Excellent coverage, excellent pass returns, excellent punt returns. And David Carr, what a monster. Excellent player. I guarantee you he'll be on the team. So, where is the problem? Well, what I probably see the problems is this. I see the problems in our outside linebacking core like we had last year. I see Justin Fargas also as a problem. I see that Derek Gibson is finally getting his head together and playing so well. So is Nasambi Amboa. He's playing better too. But we needed those guys to step up, because if it didn't happen, we were going to have Stafford Rout and Washington out there on first team. Which, incidentally, leads me to the next situation is they should be playing better ball. They are playing pretty good, but they should be playing better ball. We'll see on Friday, because this is no cakewalk. Arizona Cardinals are out to make a name for them this season. They've been very quiet, and that means they're going to be very dangerous. I don't laugh, man. I'm telling you right now. That is a fact. Now, the outside linebackers, overcommitting. I don't know what else to say, Rob Ryan, other than you better have the right guys in for the right play. That's your job as defensive coordinator, to make sure that the right guys are in there doing the job the right way, and you're not leaving yourself out in the cold, literally, because you're overcommitted because your guys are too slow and it was actually a pass route to the tight end. You know, there's a whole lot of stuff as far as it goes to as far as the coordinating goes for the defense. Rob Ryan has a lot of responsibility. He has done some great things. He's made some good changes and moved people in the right places. But I still see the weakness in the outside linebacking core. Aside from Danny Clark, actually, well, Grant Irons is good. Danny Clark is good. Tyler Brayton is good, but Tyler Brayton is 6'6", 285. Grant Irons is 6'6", 280. They're big guys. They're great for the running game, but you have to have some smaller, more agile guys in there. Danny Clark is good. Jay Foreman better step it up too, or he's not going to get a job, because I'd like to see more out of that guy. Also, Kirk Morrison, I don't know where he is, but he better show up too, because he's somebody that we need right now. I think he will. I think it's going to happen, and I think this next game is going to show it. Raider fans, we can't show all our cards. I've said that. We're not going to show all our cards in the preseason, because we're going to start the season out with a W, kicking the asses of the New England Patriots right out of their own stadium. Now, special teams. Carr, like I said, awesome. Great runner, and he's going to make some great returns. If he stays healthy, we're going to have a couple of touchdowns out of that guy this year for sure. I can guarantee it. He's a bullet. He knows how to use his blockers, and I think he's a natural. The other thing is Jankowski. Jankowski doesn't, here I hear the excuses. Oh, he doesn't kick well in the preseason. Well, you know what? You better start kicking well in the preseason, because I, as a fan, think that that's horseshit too, and you better start putting some effort into it. Now, you can't blame Tui, but you can, because he doesn't usually hold the ball, and it didn't look to me like he was holding the ball the right way. So those two better marry each other and get it together, because this game in Arizona, I'd like to see some Seabass picking some 54-yarders in there right through the middle of the goalpost like we know he can. And how about this Cook kid as a punter? Pretty good. He's no Shane Lettler, but he's pretty good. So let's give him a chance. And Shane, I hope you get well soon, and congratulations about your baby, by the way. Whew. Well, that was the show, Raider fans. I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly did. And I would look forward to you visiting my site at www.raidernationpodcast.com. Please vote for me on Podcast Alley. And keep in tune, keep in touch. Send me your emails, send me your pictures, send me your comments. I'd love to hear them. Put them on the forum. Talk to each other. Raider fans, you know, it's almost here. My blood is boiling. The games are on the way. And I hope that my health is good enough to at least be able to participate in the home opener. And until then, until I see you the next time, it shouldn't be too long, Raider fans, because we're going to talk about that Arizona game. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. Goodbye.